Welcome back. Throughout a succession of military dictatorships, many of Nigeria's politicians have treated public money as their own. It's estimated as much as $380 billion have been embezzled since independence in 1960. Few Nigerians expect that this weekend's election will change this. But a recent spate of corruption cases heading for the courts are bringing hope. 32 days to the elections, and there are still open questions about the nomination of candidates. Talk of backroom deals and fears that 2007 might become a rerun of the flawed 2003 elections are on the increase. Four years ago, Dr. Ben Nanan, Dean of History and Diplomatic Studies at the University of Port Harcourt, stood as candidate for the Senate.
So essentially, I wanted to contribute to making democracy work in Nigeria and to give effective and very honest and transparent representation to my people, the Ogoni people. You are very much aware of the issue of corruption, poverty, and crisis in Nigeria. And these are basically the kind of things that I thought we could address if I were in the Senate.
What did you see when you went to the polling station?
Yes, around midday, the opposition party candidate came in with a group of armed men and caused chaos, shooting and killing, and so at least one person was dead on that particular shooting spree and scattered everything. So the ballot boxes were removed. And often they were thrown away, or so that no result was allowed to be declared. So that was the situation we saw. Violence, absolute violence, all over the place.
When the 2003 election results were finally announced, the ruling People's Democratic Party claimed victory with 93% of the votes. You are a dean at a university. With the political situation as it is at the moment, that must make you concerned about the future of your students.
Yeah, we are very, very concerned. Every year we graduate hundreds of thousands of students who are not able to find jobs, not because they don't have the skills, but primarily because the job is simply not there. The Nigerian economy has been shrinking. The oil is the dominant sector of the economy. Outside oil and communications, the telephone companies and so on, not much is happening in the economy. See, so that is the problem.
So basically what you're saying, the government is able to generate so much income from the oil sector alone that there is no need to develop any other sectors?
That is the issue.
What does all of that then mean for your students?
It means a lot. It means that there are very bad role models. And so when they live here, they also want to join the ranks of people who are exploiting the others.
Nigeria is rife with corruption allegations against politicians. Peter Odili was elected Rivers State Governor for the ruling PDP party in the notorious 2003 election. He became internationally known when Nigeria's Economic and Financial Crimes Commission accused him of money laundering and stealing. Currently still in office, he is protected by immunity under Nigerian law. Human rights lawyer Nisirimovu Ayankwe was one of the first to help drive the investigation into River State's government. Your centre must get into a lot of trouble if you publish things like this, no? Have you had any problems in this office?
No, don't worry. When you see my director, you speak to him, I tell you a lot of stories.
What has come into this Niger Delta in the past 8 years, we have never had it so good. So much money has come into here, it runs into billions.
From the federal government?
From the federal government into the state. It comes into the state, from the state it goes into the local government.
During the first 8 months of 2006, the average allocation for the River State's government nearly came to $100 million per month.
The Economic and Financial Crime Commission has said recently that it's documented, we have published it, that the governor of River, for instance, has stolen about over 100 billion naira. 100 billion. It will get better. Yeah, there is hope. Big hope. Because nobody ever thought that a character like Odili will be touched. But we really worked on him. We really worked on him.
Another lawyer, Odiamuza Awari, represents a case brought against the local council chairman in which his councillors accuse him of channeling large sums of money into dubious or non-existent projects. What is a phantom contract?
A phantom contract is a contract that's not very real.
So the money gets paid and you don't see anything?
The money gets paid, you don't see anything, or you see just a little thing which is not worth the value. Because phantom. Facilities store the report for the proposed LJ fish farm, all the projects, and its observations, why it was not suitable for the government. But despite this being an expert opinion, expert advice, he really went ahead because he had an interest in it.
We were told that we might find out more about these phantom contracts in Kana local government area where the projects were located. This is the football academy. Do you know how much money went into this project?
I think he mentioned 7.10 million or something thereabout. Because then I was the president national of Ogoni students, and we reacted. We did a lot of protests on more than 4 occasions to the River State House Assembly, to the government house, and even we went about taking him to court too. But at the end of the day, the government turned down on the report. So that is what we've been passing through. That's our experience. He went about using police to intimidating us.
But if I hear a football academy, I think of a, I don't know, I think of a football pitch, I think of seats.
Yes, but he did not invest the money and share it with the government. Invest the money, is no mix of the money. Look at the whole local government. If they tell you the billions of naira that have been put into this local government, but nothing show for it. Nothing.
Let us go and see the demonstration fish tank then. In comparison, the local government had allocated just under $6,000 to cover all overhead expenses for the 112 primary schools.
Now. And this is a fish pond.
What is the man saying?
Eh?
What is the man saying?
No, he's the chairman boy.
So he doesn't like the fact that we're filming here?
Yes, he doesn't like.
The so-called demonstration fish farm, proposed to teach Kana residents about aquaculture, wasn't far. In fact, it was right next door to the chairman's residency.
Excuse me.
A judicial investigation panel had found that instead of spending money on projects, the chairman had used some of it to pay thugs to enforce his will. This is a private property.
Yeah.
Who owns this property?
People own this place. So before getting to the place, at least if you are getting into a community, you should inform the community that you are coming.
But we've come with Mossop. Everybody knows we've been filming, everybody knows we're here. Our last stop was the Etche local government area, where a number of councillors had filed a complaint against the local government chairman, charging him with misappropriation of council funds. The local chief in Ulakwo, Chief Ogu, took us to see the health centre. This is a difficult place to get to.
It's a difficult place to place. Nowhere you can pass. When you carry a pregnant woman come, when the car stops you, you have to carry your wife at your back. So that
you have to jump across the...
You have to drop the place. Then we are now jumping into the place. We can now jump again and see that we can cross.
But this is where the sick people have to go. Anybody who's sick has to come across this.
Yeah, doctors here. You are going to help that your patients by yourself.
So is anything happening in this health centre now?
Well, nothing.
Is there any electricity in here?
No electricity, nothing. Look at the wire on the road. Look at it. This is the labor room. That's the baby. Baby's bed.
That's the baby's cot.
See? Come and see the cockroach or the rat.
It was just a rat running along there as we opened it.
For the rat.
That's cockroaches.
Look at the cockroach running.
See the rats.
Look at the rat.
Oh.
Those things are bottles for drugs. I don't know how many years that will stay there or months.
But does that mean this is the only public health facility, or I should say,
should
this be the only public health facility?
That is all. Yeah,
otherwise only private?
No, the private ones?
Nothing private either?
There's another private places, but they're not, they're very away from us. What you want from them is that let them send people, get light for us, get water for us, get a resident doctor for us. We are human beings, and also we are part of the state.
Why is it so easy to misuse funds?
After you can say, you can come out and tell the public, you may be arrested in the next hour, you might be threatened. You see, the people who miss the fund are the government herself. Are the government herself.
The situation came to a head in June last year when the community confronted the chairman.
They complained to him that he took a transformer and replaced it with a much more low-quality model. In response, the chairman pulled a gun, shot at the community, killed one community member and injured 2 others.
I saw blood passed there. Then I scored down, the blood passed.
One of the councillors' complaints had been the chairman's use of thugs equipped with dangerous weapons.
They must have really sprayed this place with bullets. There's some on that side of the road. There are bullet holes up here, round the corner, the wood of the door. And it sounds there were lots and lots of community members around, but of course nobody could stop the chairman, not with a gun.
1 person dead, no charges filed, and no official investigation. Did they have any hope that the 2007 elections might bring a change?
What do you think we can do? There's nothing we can do. We can't fight them.
For many politicians, the line between public and private money doesn't exist. Political office means access to funds in the state coffers, even if it takes paid thugs to get there.